welcome back to Factorio, the tutorial with me, JD, and we meant to zig when we zigged when we were meant to zag. We needed copper on both sides of that belt. We needed steel on... Oh, I don't need to do that. I can fast replace now, I keep forgetting it. Just do it again. Yeah. Old habits die hard. Nope, we don't actually need a power pole there anymore. Okay, so this becomes our solid steel line. This is going to become our half steel, half AP ammo line. And hopefully... do I self-bleed that line, or I just hope that the machines will do it? Oh, I'm going to bleed it. I'm going to bleed the line. It's nothing worse than leaving it and finding out that it didn't work as intended. Okay. There's a crap ton of steel that I don't really want. Those machines are happy to eat my steel. Dump the ammo in there. Our Great Wall is keeping all the biters at bay. Our radars are out exploring. We've got heaps of iron down there. Bit of copper. Iron with coal with iron. Copper. How does that happen? That's going to be a pain to dig up later. Heap of stone. Okay, so we're getting the basics going. We need to up our base desperately. So, first thing we need is... No, I got assemblers. So, after science, because we want science to have all the resources first, we're going to build some basic things for ourselves. Because this base is only short one thing, really, before we walk away and we leave it just to produce what we want to build a newer, bigger, better base. It's really short the next science pack. Where are we? In here. Military science, which is armor-piercing ammo. We've built those. Gun turrets, I've just manually handcrafted, I don't know how many of those. And grenades, which, again, we manually handcrafted a stack of those. So really, we need to do ammo first, and then we can... We need to finish off crafting military science, and then we can use whatever's left, because that will be the case, whatever's left. We want that one. Whatever's left over to craft us all the things that we've been handcrafting. So let's start with making a couple of fast inserters. We want that running quickly. We want it to output. We know from our previous mistake, that goes there, that goes there, that we want steel on the same line as this ammo, plus we need copper right there. So 1, 2, 3. These guys need an output. They need to input copper, and they need to... See? We're running short of things and having to handcraft things, which is never good. Never, ever, ever good. Okay, so let's work on steel. Steel is down here. We're going to drag our steel belt along. Just a couple of squares too far away. That'll be about right. Bring our steel belt along. Now we put ammo on the far side, so we want steel also on the far side. Now, because it's got a belt here, it's got a side load. Now there is a new trick that's come up in... let's just cut that. We can ghost place a belt, which means there's not actually a real belt there. So we've saved ourselves the grand total of 3 iron for a ghost belt. Now, it's something to keep in mind. It's not something I'm going to do because there's too much chance I'm going to accidentally destroy it when I'm not paying any attention. We want AP ammo. Okay, so of our military sites, which is here, we have 1 item being made. Armor-piercing ammo. Done. We need grenades next. Now, grenades take 8 seconds. Because this science pack gives us 2, we only need half the amount. So we've actually, straight away, I've got too much AP ammo here. I only need, well, I need 1.5 machines. I've built 3 just because that's the correct ratio. And it probably means that I will end up taking the excess from this belt and wrapping it onto here. There we go. Eco-unfriendly, achievement, research oil processing. So it gives us a bunch of new research, which is red and green only, which is great. Let's go with flammables, because fire fixes everything. So we want grenades. We want grenades which take 8 seconds. We need half that amount, so we only need 4 of them. And grenades have a really simple recipe of coal, because obviously coal goes boom, and iron plate. And we need a heap of coal and a little bit of iron. So that there can be our coal line. That there will be our iron line. One of them is there. So we just need to get coal into there. We better go find our coal belt. Now coal's all the way down here, actually. Problem is priorities. So we want coal to go into power first. That's the most important place it can go. Oh, actually, we have a bit of a coal problem. As in, we don't have any of it. Let's go with sulfur processing. Oh, great. We've got coal, but it's all out there. That's going to be awkward. Okay. Alright, pause, JD. You need to do something different. So, we, ages ago, made these steel furnaces. We're going to put them to use right now. They craft faster, but the most important thing is they only use half the amount of fuel. So, we're going to start popping these guys along everywhere we can to save coal. I'm going to run out eventually. Oh, see, I just got to that one belt. And it looks like we're short on iron as well. Yep. Alright, whilst we're here, we'll just tweak this slightly. We will put a splitter here. That's probably an important power pole. And then we'll put a splitter there. Just to keep that full belt going in. Now, because these craft twice as fast, you'll see the iron will only get about halfway along. Even with a full belt coming in, it'll only get about halfway along before it's all gone. We have red belt already researched. We just haven't started building it yet. It requires a lot more resources. We go from 3 to 11.5, but it moves twice the amount of items per second. So we need to start looking at upgrading things to red belt as well. But I want to finish this first. You can't run because I didn't bleed that belt. Alright, where'd that ammo go? There it is. Put the iron that I don't need in there. Alright, coal. Coal, that's what we're doing. We were going and getting coal. We got sidetracked. So coal, we want... Get off the belt. We want coal to come into furnaces, into power first, Furnace is second, because if they run dry, we end up with all sorts of problems. Third thing we really want is then into research. So, because I actually have a lake in the way, I have this belt here and this belt here, which are both pure coal. We're going to attempt, through this madness somewhere, to merge them together. No. Bigger power pole goes there. We're going to try and spaghetti them. Is the long and the short of it. We want to try and merge them together. In case one has too much coming off it and the other one has plenty left. To join them together, create a single belt of coal, like so, which we will then feed into research, because research will chew a fair amount. Make some more splitters, JD, because we're going to need them. There, there. And the coal doesn't need to go anywhere else at the moment, so we're just going to feed it straight in. Power poles. Really? See, I'm out of power poles. I'm out of green circuits. And we are chewing all the iron. Why are we chewing so much iron? Let's go batteries. Alright, so we're going to remove you. I'm going to put you at that end instead. Where's your chest gone? One chest. One lot of ammo. Fine, use a little power pole. I'm going to put it here instead. So before it was just making sure that this was full. Now it's doing the exact opposite. It's putting down ammo no matter what. And if these guys can't add ammo, they'll stop, which will stop chewing our iron. We just have a problem of the iron that is getting produced, we're using all of it as fast as possible. Which is a little bit of an issue. But it's an issue we'll fix, bit by bit. Okay, power poles. Now I've picked up a stack of those. You can get powered. You can get powered. You can get powered. You can get powered. Oh, copper. That's the other thing we needed. Yes, we're making a bit of a mess, but like I said, this is a bit of a bootstrap base. It just gets the ball rolling. Afterwards, we can create a little bit more of a clean environment, something that's a little bit easier to work in. So that's AP ammo and grenades. Lastly, we need gun turrets. These take 8 seconds, so we need 4 assemblers. And of course, I've got 3 on me, don't I? Okay, what do these guys actually need? So they need a stack of gear wheels, a stack of iron plate, and a stack of copper. Alright. So you need, in 8 seconds, you need 10 gears. Gear machines are made at 2 a second. So in 8 seconds we've made 16 gears in a machine. So if I do... if I turn you into gears... So you've made 16. So that's fully fed this guy and half fed its partner. No, I need more assemblers. Come here with the assemblers. Now I need more iron. Always need more of something or other. There we go. We've now backed up on ammo. So we're now not pulling iron off the belt to make more ammo. We're just using the ammo we've already made. Okay, back up here. So you've made 16, you've used 10, you've used 6. So if I put another one there, you will make 6 into this machine, 10 into that machine. Okay, so let's... and we need fast inserters for this, because gears move really fast. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we're good so far. That's 3 machines, and we need 4. Okay. That's a lot of gears left over doing nothing. Alright, we'll just have to bear with. Thank you. So we've got batteries now. Not that we can build them yet. We will do accumulators, which are a giant battery for the power network. Again, we can't build them yet. You know, they're not high in the... They're not super high in the tech tree. They're just higher than what we have currently. What we've built. We can access the technology, but we can't actually... Alright, then you need a bunch of stuff. You need copper and iron and a bunch of iron. Okay, so same story. Let's go iron, 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 iron. Copper, 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 copper. So that makes you copper. Put a splitter in there. Underground, the underground. We don't know. Well, let's try it. So can we load 20 copper in time? That's the first question. No. So we'll load 20, and then it'll fire off. Can we load in 20 now? Probably just. Okay, and then same question, can we load in 10 copper? Oh, just. Okay, we know the gears work. Alright, problem is now we're going to get this stuff out. Which means belt trickery must be done. Nope, that doesn't reach far enough. Okay. We actually want belt trickery, so we want you to be a fast inserter, you and you to be a fast inserter. Then we want there to there to be cleared out, and there to there to be cleared out. And we want a fast inserter, a fast inserter, a fast inserter, and a fast inserter. Alright, fast inserter, long-handed inserter. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 resources. We needed 10 seconds, so we need 5 of these machines. Of course, I've got 3 assemblers on me. That'll be 5 now. And we're just going to put these sideways in any way, in no particular neat pattern. 4, 5. Okay. There to there to there. Alright. I'm going to drag this along this side. Actually, let's drag it down and load it all from the one side. That seems a little bit neater way of doing things. Drag that along to there. We want a long-handed, 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 standard, 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 standard outputs. Set you to be military science. Drag your output belt along. you up on the inside. And we're going to bring military down on the outside. Thank you. Plastics, again, it's part of the next tier of science and oil processing. Okay, what we're actually going to do is cut that belt. And I want to take the excess ammo and fit it into the wall. So, last thing I want to do is I want to put an underground like that. Now, you might look at it and go, JD, that doesn't make any sense. That's exactly the point. When you put an underground with the hood side up against another belt, the hood stops this side entering, but lets the open side of the hood pass through, basically. So, what I've basically done is said, hey, stop, grenades, don't want any more grenades. Actually, we do want some grenades. We want one of them. And a chest. So, first things first, we want a filter inserter. We want to say, hey, if you see any grenades, we want them. Because I'd like 100 grenades for, not for tree demolition purposes, for important things that need grenading, like trees. And then the excess AP ammo, if it's past all these guys, they haven't needed it, made it right the way to the end, it will then be fed back here onto the belt, which will wrap around the wall, which is... it's almost reached the halfway point. It's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Alright, so science, we need those two inserters, those two inserters, those two, those two, those two, and those two, and then I need to bleed this side of the belt. I don't want a heap of science in my inventory, so we will add it to the labs, obviously. Those labs look so good. They remind me of, like, I'm sure everybody's seen the picture of Nikola Tesla sitting in his chair with lightning everywhere around him. That's what they remind me of. They remind me of a Nikola Tesla lab. And I think that's why I like them so much. Just this lightning going off everywhere, and just imagine a little Nikola Tesla sitting down here in the corner going, it's fine! It's fine, there's nothing wrong. It's meant to do that. But we now have military science. We have military science, we've got grenades, we've got our excess. The only other thing we really want to do is we want a second filter inserter with another box set to 1, and we want to say gun turrets, which are going very, very slow because we ate all the iron. All the iron be gone. Which is something we will have to fix in the next episode, I believe. What are we up to? 23 minutes. Nah, look, we can do one more quick fix. We can grab a stack more of these guys and finish upgrading copper, because they will save us coal. Upgrade these guys. Now, because of the difference in crafting speed, I did this lot. So this has got 100 in it. This has got 10. All these guys are fully backed up. These guys should run at the same rate, roughly. You've got 10, you've got 90, 10, 89, okay. You generally try to keep them both upgraded at well, both being upgraded at roughly the same speed. That's that done, that's that done. That's that row done. I haven't missed any, have I? No, just stone. And that's the other thing. You really want to get this end done. Oh, really? Stone furnace. A steel furnace. 2 of those 4. You want to get the side closest to the feeding done, because they're the ones that are definitely going to be running all the time. Everything else might run, but as you can see right at the moment, my stone is fully backed up. It's doing nothing. But with fast replace, yeah, literally pick up what you want, walk straight down the belt, boom, done, fully upgraded. Production, 10 minutes, consumption. I don't know whether you'll see this. Oh, look, there we go. We're seeing it already. We've got that down slope, because we're just not using the same amount of coal we were. Now all the production, well, all the furnaces are now twice the efficient. And efficiency is a good thing. But I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. We're getting there slowly. We will do some military research in the next episode. And we will also try to correct our ongoing iron problem. Yeah, bit by bit by bit. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, I will see you in the next episode. And as always, down the bottom comment section, leave your comments, leave your thoughts, leave your questions. Didn't understand anything, wanted to double check something. That's the best place to do so. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.